Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Planet Coaster. Now, in this second episode, I wanted to start off by looking at a loan. It is finally time. I'll admit, we're kind of in the hole. We're in the negative. We've got about $500 in debt right now, and I'm just looking at my options right now. You can take out a multitude of options, up to a $10,000 loan or a $1,000 loan if you don't even need that much. I don't want to take out a big one because the interest paid back on it would be a lot. I'm definitely gonna have to take out a loan soon to build another ride. And what I'm thinking about is I want to put in a kid ride, because now I have an adult ride for the older people, but now I want a kid ride to adhere to the younger fandom of my park. I was looking between the carousel and the whirly-rig, and both have their pros and both have their cons. It's just, honestly, I think what I'll choose is I'll just choose the most cost-effective, which one's cheaper. At this moment, I'm honestly just strapped for cash, and I'm looking for any alternative that can help me just survive at the moment. So I'm checking the staff happiness right now. It's very crucial to maintain at least orange or above happiness. You want them to ideally be in the green, but sometimes they are upset about their pay, or their workload is too high or not good enough. There's not enough they can do. So just maintaining an even balance so people don't just get up and quit is very important, and I'll have to keep a watch on that. So after letting the park run for a little bit, I've noticed that I've ran into a little bit of a problem. Since I only have one ride, I'm not making any money. I'm still in $500 in debt, so I think it's kind of a time where we're just going to take out a loan. So I've been weighing my options between the $2,000 and the $1,000 loan. I need just enough to borrow for me to just buy the ride that I need and place it down. I don't want to have any excess cash, so I ended up taking out the $2,000 loan. It has 20% interest, and that's honestly not bad. I can definitely pay that back, and it's manageable for the future. So I'm going to go ahead and take out and buy the whirly-rig, because it is a very cheap ride, and it's a good rating for kids and families to go on. And I just need that variation. People will definitely, the park number will increase whenever there is more variation. If there's only adult rides, you'll kind of cap out at a certain amount. But if we have adult and kids rides, we can sort of maximize the amount of people that are in our park, and we can thus make more money. So right here, I'm just kind of connecting up the ride entrance and exit so that we can open this bad boy up and start making some money. At some point, I think, yeah, right here, I start up a little time lapse. For any sort of park building, when it comes to scenery, or I'm building a building for any sort of practical use, I will always use a time lapse. It's just to help everybody kind of see the whole process, share with you exactly what I'm thinking when I'm building, and also just to not bore you. I feel like if you just watched this unedited 5 minutes of me trying to link this up, you would already be asleep right now. So yeah, just adding a little time lapse. I will always add a time lapse, especially for our future builds when it comes to building coasters or any sort of, because I said I was gonna make some elaborate queues and make the park feel actually like a real park. I will add time lapses so you can see everything and feel incorporated in the building process. So here I'm adding in more trees for the scenery rating of the Dr. Doom's Death Spin. I wanted to make the park feel more immersed, and just to get the queue scenery rating up to 100% eventually, just kind of doing it bit by bit. I wanted to make the queue feel more like a wooded area, and especially on that back line on the very back part. I need to add more because whenever the back area is not covered, I hate it whenever you can see just a mile in front of you all that green grass that's not being utilized right now. I wanted to block it off so that none of the people who are in the line can see all of that unopened, unused acreage and just kind of make people feel more immersed. I feel like if they can see a whole wide open land, they're not going to feel as immersed as if they were if they saw a bunch of wooded area of trees and think, man, this is the woods, and not, oh wow, it's just a couple of trees and then a mile long stretch of grass. So I'm just checking the staff happiness again, and just like you just saw, most of my workers think that this job is just too below their pay grade. They think it's just a snooze fest. It's not good enough for them, and ultimately we're losing money because nobody's coming over to, I mean, buy food or buy drinks or use the restrooms, use the amenities. It's just it's kind of a problem right now. We're just losing pointless money because of that. But we also have to have those stands open so people can have those drinks and the food, because they'll complain if not. The worst of two evils. You know, you just kind of have to roll with the punches sometimes. And eventually, once we get more stuff in and more people start circulating through the park, we will make money. But it's just kind of the trust the process right now. So right now I'm just looking for my loan to be paid back. Right now I can't really do anything. So we're just going to wait an eternity until this thing gets paid off.
One eternity later.
So we just finished up our loan. We can finally click done with that, and we can move on to better things. It was kind of just a hole in our budget, just kind of burn it through. We weren't allowed to make any money yet because it was just taking out too much loss on our end. So after finally finishing the loan, we can take a step back and look at our progress. We've got around $200 in the bank right now. And just let's check at the guest happiness, the thoughts. About 44% wishes that they had more rides. That's just kind of our big negative factor right now, and it's just hard to fix. We got around 60% on both sides of the shops and facilities and the ride happiness. It's just because we're a new developing park. Once we get more shops and facilities in there and spread it out, get more rides, people will be more satisfied. But it's just kind of at this moment kind of hard to satisfy every possible need that they need. I mean, we only have 2 rides. You kind of just gotta give us some slack, but it will definitely be better in the future. We're gonna keep adding more rides. Hopefully by this next episode we can add in a bigger ride and start moving into coaster territory. You know, not worrying about these little track rides, but actually getting into a big behemoth and start building some coasters. So that's kind of exciting, so stay tuned. Right here, I'm kind of just trying to expand our pathways. I noticed that we're kind of blocked off right now. That's why in the first episode, instead of making a straight like Main Street type of path, I kind of broke it off into 2 ways, just so that we can kind of, you know, have 2 sides of the park. And this is just going to be our second side. So we are trying to just venture off to the left here. And this is actually where we are going to be expanding our park for the next couple of episodes. I want to start building a little area, a little themed area for our park. And it's just new and exciting things to come. Right now we don't really have any money to build that pathway. We're kind of broke. Yeah, definitely in the next episode we will move on to newer and exciting things. I also want to start researching more things to be able to even put down more rides. We need to research new shops and facilities. We need to research some more scenery so that I can have more diversity in our park. And we need to put in more exciting things like a first aid center. We need that for people who are hurt. We need security guard for theft. Yeah, I'm very happy with our progress that we've made this episode, and we're just gonna keep growing and changing. just kind of taking one last look at the staff happiness. You know, can't really expect them to be all happy right now, but that's the end of the episode. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and if you want to like and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. Definitely helps me out. But yeah, like I said, I'll see you guys all in the next episode. Peace.
Nice.